Welcome to the Hinterlands. This weekly show brings together stories from the hinterlands of Nepal, takes you beyond the cities and highways into the heart of Nepal's rural landscapes. I am Rosina Rai and we will be leading you into this journey every week. Welcome back. We begin this episode of the Hinterlands with a heartfelt reminder. Love is endless, unconditional, and timeless. While Valentine's Day is often marketed to the young, a celebration in adjoining district of Kathmandu, Nepal is proving romance only grows richer with age. From the dance floor to the heart, senior couples redefined what it truly means to grow old together.
Love transcends age, and in Nepal, the celebration of love is no longer just for the young. It is for the young at heart. On Valentine's Day, observed around the world every February 14 as a celebration of romance and affection, the historic city of Lalitpur in Nepal's Kathmandu Valley witnessed a heartwarming scene. Instead of candlelight dinners for young couples, it was senior citizens aged 60 and above who took to the dance floor, smiling, laughing, and celebrating decades of companionship. The event brought together elderly couples who have spent a lifetime building families and communities. Many held hands as they danced, others exchanged flowers and warm embraces, proving that love deepens with time. In a society where older generations are deeply respected, the celebration carried a powerful message. Affection and appreciation should not fade with age. The program was organized by the Academy of Culinary Arts Management with a special purpose to honor senior citizens and strengthen intergenerational harmony in Nepali society.
विगतमा चाहिँ यसपालि पनि यो ज्येष्ठ नागरिकहरूको चाहिँ एउटा भ्यालेन्टाइनको आयोजना गरेको छौं जहाँ चाहिँ कि 60 प्लस तर स्टिल रोमान्सिङ भन्ने एउटा टिममा र यसको मूलभूत उसको उद्देश्य भनेको चाहिँ प्रत्येक जोडीको कुनै न कुनै समयमा भरपूर माया हुन्छ तर जीवनकालमा जीवनलाई जिउने क्रममा आफ्नो बच्चा हुर्काउँदै गर्दाखेरि काम गरेर जाँदाखेरि त्यो माया चाहिँ बिर्सिरा हुँदो रहेछ के धेरै जनाको चाहिँ र त्यो मायालाई एकचोटी फेरि पुनः जागरण गर्ने उद्देश्यले चाहिँ हामीले यो कार्यक्रम आयोजना गरेको हौं.
Participants said the event made them feel remembered and valued at a stage in life when celebrations are often rare.
रमाइलो लाग्छ अब यस्तो उत्सव जस्तो हैन मनाउन पाएर हैन अब बुढाबुढीले पनि मनाउनु पर्छ नि अब आफ्नो चाहिँ रमाउनको लागि पनि हैन एक आपसमा रमाउनलाई पनि चाहिन्छ.
Nepal, a country known for its strong family bonds and cultural traditions, is seeing a growing awareness about the well-being and dignity of senior citizens. Events like this not only spread joy, but also send a broader message that love is timeless, gratitude matters, and every generation deserves to be celebrated. Because in the end, love is not measured in years, but in the moments shared at every age.
After the heartwarming report of elderly lovebirds spotted on 14th February, we now turn our attention to a true emblem of Nepal's unique wildlife. The Spiny Babbler bird, found in central Dhading, Nepal, and locally known as Kare Bhakur. This rare bird is more than just a species. It is a powerful symbol of Nepal's natural heritage. As the only bird species endemic to Nepal, the Spiny Babbler highlights the country's rich biodiversity and underscores Nepal's vital role in global conservation efforts. The Spiny Babbler, locally known as Kare Bhakur in Nepal, is a rare bird species that requires protection. This medium-sized brown bird thrives in forests above 1200 meters and is native to the middle hills of Nepal. First described in 1836, it was once thought to be extinct, but is now recognized as a non-migratory resident that inhabits shrubby, thorny bushes areas in various districts of Nepal. Found only in Nepal, the spiny babbler has become a symbol of the country's rich natural heritage. Recognizing its importance, the Division Forest Office Dhading has launched an awareness campaign in Siddhalek Rural Municipality to educate local communities about the need to protect this unique species. Supported by the Bagmati province government, the initiative aims not only to conserve the spiny babbler but also to strengthen environmental stewardship in the region. The program focuses on local community members who rely on community forest, teaching them how they can play an active role in protecting their forest and the birds. Through workshops and community discussions, people are learning about forest conservation, biodiversity, and practical steps to safeguard the spiny babbler, ensuring that this emblem of Nepal's natural heritage continues to thrive forever. The spiny babbler, Kare Bhakur, is most commonly seen in the Nalang area of Siddhalek, though it has also been spotted in Kathmandu, Lalitpur, Chitwan, and Tanahu. Locals recall a time when the birds were hunted due to a lack of awareness about their ecological value. Today, thanks to awareness programs and proactive leadership, efforts are underway to ensure that the spiny babbler is protected. Protecting this bird will definitely help preserve regional biodiversity, safeguard the environment, and provide broader ecological benefits. Moving to the next story, and this reports of the Hinterlands offers more than a glimpse of Nepal's upcoming elections. It tells the story of the remote hills and the people often overlooked by political leaders and authorities struggle to receive their voter ID cards. As Nepal approaches the House of Representatives elections on March 5th, debates over voter ID distribution are growing louder in Sangza. Many citizens have voiced frustration, reporting that they were unable to cast their votes because their ID cards did not arrive on time. Next month, Nepal will vote to elect a new batch of House of Representatives, and the country is already immersed in the fervor of election, with candidates busy canvassing and electoral bossy making last-minute preparations. But amid all the fiesta, one community of Belchor, a village in the western Nepal, Sangza, are likely to miss their voting franchise this time. The reason is no voter identification card. Sangza district is home to a total of 1,189 members of the Mazi community, and 8 out of 49 members of the Mazi community are currently unable to vote in this year's elections. Previously, many in the Mazi community were prevented from voting simply because they lacked the required identification.
हाम्रो भोटिङ कार्ड बनिएको छ, हामी एकदम खुसी छौं। अरु नबनेकाको पनि बनाइदिन पर्यो। हामी बनेकाले पाइन्छ भोट हाल्न।
Although persistent efforts in the past from the community have helped 31 villagers to receive their voter ID cards, bringing renewed hope and excitement this year, the situation of the marginalized community reflects a larger picture in other parts of the country who, despite being eligible by age, are unable to cast ballots just because of lack of document. A major reason behind this issue is systematic hurdles, documentation issue, and lack of information about voter ID registration, including the process and timeline. In Nepal's democracy, every citizen's right to vote is not just a privilege, it is also the responsibility of the state to ensure it. Denying this right further make worse the challenges faced by marginalized communities, placing them at a double disadvantage. Timely distribution of voter ID cards is essential so that communities like the Mazi can fully participate in shaping the future of their nation. Nepal has made significant progress in child health over the past 2 decades, but it remains off track to meet its place under the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals to cut under 5 mortality to as low as 20 deaths per 1,000 live births by 2030. Let's dig deeper.
In the quiet hills and plains of Sudur Paschim province, the first cry of a newborn does not always promise a future. According to the latest Nepal Multiple Indicator Clusters Survey, NMICS, published by the National Statistics Office, 26 newborns die per 1,000 live births in Sudur Paschim. When measured up to the age of 1 year, that number rises to 38 infant deaths per 1,000 births, the highest among Nepal's 7 provinces. Even more alarming, 48 children out of every 1,000 die before reaching their 5th birthday. Provincial Health Directorate data shows that 86 newborns have already died in Sudur Paschim by mid-December of the current fiscal year. Last fiscal year, 156 newborns died. The previous year saw 237 infant deaths. District-wise, Kailali reports the highest numbers. In the last fiscal year alone, 22 newborns died in Kailali, followed by 14 in Kanchanpur and 12 in Acham. Deaths were also recorded across Bajhang, Bajura, Darchula, Doti and Baitari. In just the first 6 months of the current fiscal year, 32 newborn deaths have already been recorded in Kailali. The rising numbers have sparked questions about the effectiveness of maternal and child health programs.
कुपोषण अनि हाम्रो स्वास्थ्य सेवाको पहुँच, स्वास्थ्य सेवाको गुणस्तरता अनि त्यसैगरी अब हामीका बाल विवाहको त्यस्तै खालको समस्या छ हैन अनि छोटो सानो उमेरमा चाहिँ गर्भवती हुने खालको समस्याहरू छ त्यसैगरी चाहिँ महिलाको चाहिँ स्वास्थ्य शिक्षामा पहुँचका कुराहरू छन् यी विविध कुराहरूले अन्डर 5 मोर्टालिटी रेटलाई सुदूरपश्चिम प्रदेशमा बढावा दिएको चाहिँ देखिन्छ.
Provincial health data shows geography plays a major role. Sudur Paschim has some of Nepal's most remote settlements where reaching a hospital can take hours, sometimes days. However, provincial authorities say interventions are underway.
बाल बच्चाहरूको स्वास्थ्यको लागि एउटा CBIMNCI भन्ने छ समुदायमा आधारित बालहरूको एकीकृत व्यवस्थापन कार्यक्रम. त्यो चाहिँ आधारभूत स्वास्थ्य सेवा केन्द्र, प्राथमिक स्वास्थ्य सेवा केन्द्र, त्यसपछि स्वास्थ्य चौकीहरूबाट त्यो सञ्चालन भइरहेछ भने अस्पताल स्तरबाट चाहिँ FBIMNCI भन्छ फेसिलिटी बेस्ड यो बालहरूको एकीकृत व्यवस्थापन कार्यक्रम त्यो पनि अस्पताल स्तरबाट चाहिँ सुचारू भइरहेछ र बालबच्चाहरूको अरु विभिन्न कार्यक्रम जस्तो खोपले पनि बालबच्चाको स्वास्थ्यलाई प्रवर्धन गर्छ.
Despite these assurances, overall statistics indicate that infant and child mortality in Sudur Paschim remains a serious public health concern. Health experts say meaningful improvement will require stronger infrastructure, better management of skilled human resources, expansion of safe delivery services, and reliable access to healthcare in remote areas. For many families here, survival still depends not only on birth but on access. Nepal has pledged to meet global sustainable development goals on child survival. However, in provinces like Sudur Paschim, the data suggests that much more needs to be done.
With that report, we come to the end of this episode and we present to you our last story. A story of red coffee cherries in Dhading, a hilly district of Nepal. Farmers are turning coffee into a thriving source of income and their livelihoods. With the growing international demand for Himalayan beans, what was once an experimental crop on steep, barren slopes are now being commercially cultivated across the district, offering a hope and opportunity to local communities.
कफी बाली भनेको यो चाहिँ यो डलर खेती हो जुन आय आर्जनको निम्ति यो विदेशमा पनि निर्यात हुने र स्वदेशमा पनि एउटा यो हाम्रो हिमालय चाहिँ नि के उसको चाहिँ अर्गानिक कफी चाहिँ यो विदेशीहरूले मन पराउनु भएर यो डलर खेती हो. नगदी बाली तपाईको अन्न बाली भन्दा यो चाहिँ तपाईको लगभग चाहिँ नि 100 गुना बढी चाहिँ यसले चाहिँ यो कफी खेतीले चाहिँ दिन्छ.
The future of coffee cultivation in Nepal looks promising for farmers in Dhading, a hilly district adjoining the federal capital. In Dhading's mid-hill region, farmers are transforming barren slopes into thriving hubs of red coffee cherries. This year alone, the district has produced 3 tons of coffee cherries, signaling the steady growth of the coffee trade in Nepal. What began as an experiment just 4 years ago has evolved into a commercial success. Jamuna and Jwalamukhi rural municipalities together contributed nearly half of this year's production. Previously, unfamiliar with coffee cultivation, local farmers have now embraced it as a lucrative source of income. Households are earning up to 500,000 rupees annually from coffee farming. The surge in production has also fueled optimism about meeting growing international demand. While government support has played a role in boosting the coffee sector, farmers in Dhading continue to call for greater assistance, particularly in acquiring processing equipment. Access to better processing facilities would enable them to produce ready-to-sell coffee, reach higher value markets, and increase their earnings. Across the district, around 7 hectares are now dedicated to these high-value crops. Coffee is a potential high-value cash crop, especially in the mid-hills of the country. Although production currently falls short of demand, the sector is poised for growth through expanded cultivation. Improved processing technology and a strategic focus on premium, high-altitude coffee could give a higher yield, say the farmers.
यो कोदो मकै भन्दा चाहिँ अरु खेती भन्दा चाहिँ एकदमै राम्रो उत्पादन दिने। यसमा चाहिँ अब गोडमेल गर्नु नपर्ने लाएदेखिबाट अनि अरु मकै र कोदोलाई जति मेहनत धेरै नपर्ने त्यो कारणले।
According to the data, Nepal exports approximately 17 to 25% of its total annual coffee production to countries such as Germany, Japan, and the United States. Despite the rising international demand for high-quality Himalayan beans, Nepal still imports more coffee than it exports. This clearly highlights the gap between production and market potential. Currently, coffee sells for about 1,200 rupees per kilogram, while processed organic coffee can command significantly higher prices. Coffee cultivation on steep and previously barren land has become an exemplary model for other districts with similar geography. Efforts are also underway to expand coffee cultivation in Khanyabas rural municipality in northern Dhading. Beyond the cities and the headlines, real life continued to unfold. Stories shaped by struggle, strengthened by resilience, and carried forward by a hope. This is the Hinterlands. We shall see you again next week with a new episode of the Hinterlands. Do follow us on our website www.nepaltvworld.com and our social media handles as well as our YouTube channel. We take a leave. See you in the next episode.